My job title is a water resource specialist, and that really entails working as an engineer at times, working as a scientist at times, and most importantly working as a project manager, and that entails working with many different types of clients. It includes park districts, it includes watershed groups and government organizations, and I help to design and manage solutions that are ecological in nature and that help to mimic systems that were here before we as humans entered this landscape. The project that we're currently working on in Trotwood is what we call a wetland and stream mitigation bank, and that is where we've taken a piece of land, worked with Five Rivers Metro Parks here in the Dayton area to design a system that recreates what was on the landscape before. And in that case, it was largely a giant wetland complex. Over 90% of Ohio's wetlands have been lost, so there's a big push and actually some economic drivers to go out and restore land to its pre-condition, and that's where I get involved. We design wetlands to restore pre-settlement conditions. We use modeling and data that involves watershed management. We look at the entire system. We calculate runoff volumes and we figure out how big these wetland complexes might have been, and we help to go and build them here in Montgomery County. The engineering concept that we use here to bring the hydrology back to this site, to make it a wetland again, we had to remove the tiles, and in this case what we did was install about 1,000-foot subsurface wall, and that was pounded all the way through the perimeter of the site. And that wall essentially intercepted all groundwater that could leave the site. So this site that we're looking at is essentially a giant bathtub that has been modeled to understand how much water this system can hold and how much needs to be released at certain times of the year. The groundwater has essentially come back to the surface, which is what would have happened before development occurred in this area. So we've almost restored this system to what it wants to be, and that has enabled us to put diverse plant species out here that can only grow in very unique situations like this.
We have come to a point where, we have exploited Mother Nature to the maximum extent possible. It hasn't been long ago when we all faced a major crisis in the Gulf. We all know about oil spill from BP.
There are numerous problems that we've created as humans on the landscape, but now we know more and we have to go back and fix those problems. So water resource specialists generally look at things from a big picture and not necessarily a micro scale to actually help create functional solutions that help to treat water pollution control issues. It involves an interdisciplinary approach with scientists and other things like environmental biologists to help us make decisions on what maybe something should be or how to fix a problem of the past.
I had a very non-traditional educational pathway in terms of my majors and interests. And through a couple summer programs as a high school student that were focused on science and engineering and math, I was able to do projects that I found were mainly related to the environment because that was what I was interested in, and especially areas related to water quality and such. There's a couple different opportunities that you can get involved in: civil engineering and environmental engineering. You can get a focus still on water resources and also water treatment and wastewater treatment, and still get also an emphasis on structures and design of structures. students can focus with environmental engineering primarily on water quality, wastewater treatment, drinking water treatment, and how certain chemicals or pollution may take place within across land, air, or in water.
I'm a professor of environmental engineering in the International Center for Water Resources Management. My expertise is water quality. So I teach students, fluid mechanics, hydraulics, water quality, water chemistry, water treatment. So those are my specialties. International Center for Water is a unique center, in the nation. We are one of the first programs in the nation offering a Bachelor's of Science in Water. We also have several other programs, within our center. We also offer programs in geology, geography, and our flagship program is Water Resources Management. And environmental engineering basically grew out of water resources management.
You would need to have a good background in any of those STEM courses, the math, the science, typically very focused in on a lot of the foundation science courses such as physics and chemistry and biology. It would be useful to have an introductory engineering design class that focuses on teaching you the design process and how you can apply it to solving very open-ended problems. So those would be the core courses that would be important. So if you have a firm foundation, it'll really help you be much stronger in a lot of the other sciences that you're going to be applying or using as well.